What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to JWE Screenshots. Today we are finally doing it. We are actually going to be starting our first park build in Prehistoric Kingdom. Now, a couple of you guys have been asking for this for quite some time. Now, let me be very clear on something. I am not the best park builder in any way, shape, or form. I am pretty novice when it comes to it. I use a lot of blueprints. I do some stuff on my own, but usually those things are very, very simple tasks, which you will see in this video. Now, I do have a lot of experience building parks in Jurassic World Evolution, but I do not have as much experience building parks in Prehistoric Kingdom, so this is going to be a learning process for all of us. As I was making this, I was learning things as I went, because truth be told, I haven't made very much of a park in this game yet. So just bear with me. Things might not look always pretty. Things might look a little scary sometimes. Trust me, things will be looked over 3, 4, 5, or 6 times, even if I don't catch it on video. So if you see something, obviously please let me know. If you see something that's just driving you nuts, like you're gonna see in this video, there's a couple of lines of symmetry that just don't quite add up for me. And you'll see that when I'm making my little vivarium plaza area. I screwed up and didn't make the pathing right. And, you know, there's probably an easier way to do it. I just don't know it yet. So like I said, huge learning process for all of us, including myself. Mainly myself, of course. So what we're doing right now is we are building an entrance. Now, the game, just like with other Jurassic World Prehistoric park building games, requires you to build a entrance point. So for Prehistoric Kingdom, it's kind of almost like a Planet Coaster, Planet Zoo thing. You build these little well, I guess they almost look like elevators, and you put them as your entrance to your park. And then from there you can kind of make the entrance as you please. So just like with those other games as well, you can make the entrance. So there is the ticket booth right there. Now I'm using a blueprint for this. I have no patience and no time to go ahead and build all of this. Like everything that I can dream of in my head, if it's already been made by these fantastic people, which please, if you see any of your creations in here, please shout yourself out. Please do, because I think you are amazing, and I just don't have the time or the patience to do it. So thank you for taking a huge chunk of the hard stuff away from us as people who design and build things, and specifically in my case, take a lot of pictures of dinosaurs and videos of dinosaurs. But now we're starting something new. So this awesome entrance is kind of almost like a museum. So you're going to see a lot of dinosaur fossils as you walk into the main rotunda area there. It reminds me a lot of like a science museum, or of like a natural history museum, if you guys have ever been to one. That's what it reminds me a lot of. Now, this game is full of incredible blueprints. I have so many that I haven't even looked at or remember downloading, because I picked this game up a while ago, actually a long time ago, and I played it for a while, maybe had 30 hours or so in it, and never really did anything after that. And then all of a sudden I started getting some really excuse me, impressive updates, and I was just like, I can't not look at this harder. And I'm so happy that I did, and now Prehistoric Kingdom is my top content on my page. And for a Jurassic World Evolution account, which it was supposed to be, I just want to thank you guys so much, because I think this game deserves just as much love and attention as those games do. Now what I'm trying to do is make a little entrance, a little archway over your entrance here. My thought process was to make some statues up there, and I wanted to put a Prehistoric Kingdom logo right smack dab in the middle, but I couldn't find it. So what I did end up doing is using another blueprint from somebody who had made something similar. But just like with those other games that we're so used to playing, you're able to just plop things right in, and use very similar controls that you would use just like if you were playing Planet Zoo or Planet Coaster, or Jurassic World Evolution 3 now, I should say. They're very, very similar controls when you're building your park. and including things like you can scale your things, you can rotate them, you can do just about anything. Now, what I'm gonna be building next is the staff part of the park. Now, when I was, coming up with this park idea in my head, I actually made an iPad sketch on Procreate of it. Just downloaded Procreate tonight. No idea how to use it, but I'm like, I can put a Apple Pencil to the screen. I can make some sort of idea, and I didn't want to use AI. I wanted to make something that was my own, or like at least help me get an idea of what I wanted to do, or like the layout, the general layout, because I never do that. And I think that I kind of fly by the seat of my own pants, and I kind of wanted to try to see if I could make something different with this one. So I made a very rough sketch of it, and you can actually look at it right now. If you look at my YouTube channel page on my posts, you can see that horrible sketch that I made. But what it's going to do, and what you're going to notice if you look back at it, is it does help me a lot with the overall layout of the park. That helps my brain, and I'm trying to figure out kind of like where, certain heights of things should be, and how big hills and mountains should be, because I want this park to have some depth to it. And I think that's the biggest thing that I struggle with, especially in this game, is making depth. And by making depth, I mean, making large hills and mountains and rocks and things like that, just making the scene more intricate than what you would do with Jurassic World Evolution 3, where you can kind of just paint things. Now you can do the same in this game, and you can probably do it better. I still need to figure things out. Believe it or not, you guys, I've played, oh gosh, I have to look, I think it's 112 hours now of this game, and if you had any guess how much time was spent taking screenshots and making videos, you'd be it's pretty funny, I'm not gonna lie. Is it sad? I don't know. Does it take me out of the dark places in my head sometimes? Absolutely it does, and that's why I do it. And I think that we all enjoy dinosaurs, and these games are so few and far between, so why not play them? Why not share them with you, especially the people that can't play them? I hope one day that you all can. I hope you can all play Prehistoric Kingdom one day. Now, what I'm doing is kind of making the river part of the park. That's kind of how I'm going to divide it in half right off the bat. Now, bear with me when you watch a lot of this. Everything's going to be very bare bones to start. I think what I'm trying to get used to, and what's becoming easier for me in this game, is figuring out how to add detail into the little parts of things. Now, I attempt to do that with this, as you can see with the rocks and stuff that we're placing here. But it's just going to take a lot more time and attention to get everything right. Now here I couldn't figure out exactly where I wanted the path to go. If I wanted to go right around the river, if I wanted it to go on the outside, where I was going to put certain things. So you're going to see me delete this probably a few times and try to figure it out again. But what ends up happening is the aviary, which was supposed to, or one of the aviaries that I'm going to put in this park, went in where the vivarium was supposed to go. Well, I guess it still is the vivarium. It's just more of a aviary style with free-flying animals. So that's going to be the first thing that we add to the park a little bit later on in the video. Now I'm just trying to figure out pathing and all that. Now, pathing in this game, it's alright. I feel like it could use a little bit of work. I think it confuses people. And you might see what I mean, because when you place, your starting point there, it disappears behind the other one, which is not always a bad thing. And maybe other games do that too, and I'm just not thinking about it. But sometimes you can't tell where you're supposed to be placing a path, like what to connect to, if that makes sense. Now, the cool thing about this game that we still don't have in our lovely Jurassic World Evolution game is the ability to build actual bridges that our guests will walk on. Now, I think there's a glitch or a hack or something out there. But I'm talking about something that's actually built into the game's code, which this game does allow you to do that. And basically, all you have to do is you build flat pieces of walls or roofs or ceilings. Sorry, my Minnesotan accent is probably coming out really strong. I'm a little bit sick at the moment. But you're able to do that, and the guests will walk across those things as well as animals, dinosaurs, prehistoric mammals, so to speak. They'll also walk on those things that you build for them, which separates the other game a little bit and adds a little bit more realism, I think, and some more detail. Now, you'll notice that in the background I did a little bit of terraforming, which I didn't get on video, but I was just making getting an idea out of my head with the hadrosaur exhibit. The way that I see it now is I think I need to make it a little bit more bigger, maybe. So we'll see about that later. That's why I didn't include any of that terraforming. It was just me lowering a bunch of land. Now, this is a awesome blueprint that I found. That is a walkthrough vivarium. I think it's a part of a bigger park that someone uploaded onto the workshop. So it's going to be, yeah, it's very well done. And so what I'm trying to do here is make things as perfect and pretty as I can. Now, what you're not going to see on this video is me going back after I watched all of this and fixing some of these really small nitpicky mistakes, but you'll see them. Like you can see how one of those paths is a little bit crooked. Yeah, that drove me absolutely insane. After I watched this, you can see it right there. And so I had to go back and fix it, and it's just those little things that I don't think are too important. And if there's any big things that are fixed, I'll make sure that I relay those things. But sometimes you just gotta go with the flow. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just trying to figure out what to put in this little plaza in front of the vivarium house. So, at least with this one, I was able to get a little bit better, a little bit more even, I suppose, or at least I try. Now, what I end up making here is actually what I end up taking away. I don't know what I was thinking with adding this. I think I was just trying to be a little bit more flashy, and try to act like I know what I'm doing when it comes to this game. So there's going to be a lot of that, and maybe it's going to work out and maybe it's not. And if it does, you know what, life's good. Putting benches down, benches that guests will actually use. That's awesome. We'd love to see it. Also trying to find a fountain to put somewhere in the park as well. Always want to have a little fountain action if you can. Now what I end up doing is actually being like, oh, I don't like the clash of whatever is going on there. It looks like a lot for the eyes. So maybe let's just go ahead and put that more concrete path right back over that, because, you know, why not? And then I'm like, maybe it's nice to have a little diamond right there. I don't know why I'm geeking out. I don't know what I'm doing. But I'm like, no. I don't like that either. That looks pretty effed up. So let's try something different. Let's get some planners out. Nah, that's not gonna work either, because what the hell? And it appeared that I couldn't find one that matched kind of the grassland theme / tropical theme. The map is actually Tanzania, I think. So it's like a grassland map in Tanzania. is where you're built, or where I'm building this park in. I really like the backdrop, so, and I haven't played really any maps on this one, so I wanted to give it a try. Now, when I say I'm trying to get some finer details figured out, this is kind of part of that process, is rocks. I love rocks. Rocks add so much to everything. And with this game, they're very, very well done rocks. Very nice rocks. Thank you for the rocks, by the way. And this is what I'm talking about. I'm like, oh, that would look great on this little kite triangle thing that I made. Then I'm like, what the hell? What is that? So let's go ahead and delete the bricky part of it. And it looks a little bit better, I think. But we got to make it more even. And this is where we got to make some other changes here. So everything that I had already done, I don't know why that ground is phasing through like that. But cover that little section up and boom, there you go. There you have it. Looks a little bit better now. And then I got the idea, and I don't do this very often, but I'm like, why not add a fence? Fences are... something needs to make this feel more grounded, right? So I think a fence would work nice here. So now I'm obsessed with fences. I don't know why. I didn't realize that they had this many fences in the game. I thought it was just based like on like electrified, or you know, whatever fences your animals can live in, or their habitat is in. But they got so many different kinds of fences in this game. I'm just like in heaven, and they're so easy to just bloop around, you know, just like anything that you'd be used to in any other game. So easy. Sorry for the snuffles, by the way. Now I purposely left a little hole there because I have an idea of something to build on that side. Since the aviary / vivarium thing went on that side, I'm gonna probably put more of like a, you know, a reptile looking amphibian house thing on the other side. I kind of want some height to it too, so I'm gonna have to look at the workshop and see. There's not a lot of things out there right now. Not a lot of people own this game or play this game. I think you should. Please join us. We are not desperate, but we would love to have builders that are very, very skilled in, you know, those more popular customizable building games, piece by piece building games. It's literally the same thing with this game. It's just a different game. So if you're into that, come hang out, come chill. Now the other cool thing about Prehistoric Kingdom is your ability to add vegetation, or paleobotany, paleoflora, whatever you want to call it. You can actually go in and you can pick out the trees that you don't want, pick out the trees that you do want. If you want a certain cluster of something there, you can do that. You can kind of do that in Jurassic World Evolution 3, but to this level where you can actually, you know, pick out the specific things, I don't think that is something that you can do or are able to do yet. So you can really just customize your areas of your park in whatever way you want. It's a very, very easy way to do so. Alright, so we're finally going to add our first creature to our park. Just trying to figure out the best place to put this big ol' hatchery. And to see what we're going to put. Now, the last update, we got update 16 that gave us 10 new vivarium species. My goal is in this park that I'm building is to have all 10 of them in there. Just as a way of being like, well, I did it, you know, I made an update 16 park. So all 10 of those will for sure be in there, and then the rest of the spaces are gonna be left for our big boys and girls, and everything in between. Because, like I say, we're always inclusive here. We don't judge. We listen and we don't judge. Now I'm trying to figure out how or if I can even put this in there, which I can, which is great. But I run into a problem later, and I don't know if I'm going to include it or if you're going to see it. I'm getting phased out of the thing. But because of the way that the vivariums are made in game, the animations are scripted. Now, when I say scripted, I don't want you to think like, oh my god, scripted, like it's repetitive. It's not like that, really. They're scripted in a way they're scripted to the vivarium itself. So, like, for example, the first Jurassic World Evolution game, we had a scripted aviary with the pteranodons. They kind of moved around, they flew around, they landed, they drank water, they did this and that, and they huffed and they puffed and hooted and hollered, all that stuff. But they didn't like walk on land, you know, and stuff like that. But these guys, most of the vivarium species are able to kind of move freely, whether they swim, whether they walk on land, whether they fly in the air. They all have the ability to move freely in that way. It's just that everything that they do, you know, that interacts with their environment is scripted. So when they land on things, they're gonna bop around and stuff, and they're gonna do a little scripted animation like that one just did right there. Now, I can't even remember the name of this one. It's like 3 words. It's something crazy. I gotta figure it out. Hold on. Is it Yi? Is that the name? Yi? Y key? Yi key? Yi? Y. Y-I. Yi. Yai. Please help me. Please someone help me figure out how to pronounce that. Because I don't want to do anybody a disservice by that, because it's a cool name and it's a cool dinosaur. It's a bizarre dragon-like theropod from late Jurassic China. I have the Prehistoric Kingdom wiki pulled up while I'm doing this. Alright everybody, well that completes our very first Let's Build Prehistoric Kingdom video on this channel. That's pretty awesome. Now, my idea with this is to make one every week or so. If they do better, I can make them more. I'm still going to be continuing to make all the other videos that I make, all the other content, you know, the reels, the Let's Explore videos, the documentary and cinematic style videos. This is just another type of video that I was hoping that I was going to make, and that I finally got the chance to sit down and do. So if that's something that you guys want to see, please let me know. And thank you so much for being along on this journey with me. It's really amazing to share it with you guys. Thank you so much. Happy New Year, everybody.